Advent of Code 2024, Day 1. We're given two columns of numbers. Our goal is to pair the numbers by size, compute the distance of each pair, and finally sum all of the distances. We can directly implement this in Python. First, let's read in our file. Create two lists for the two columns, split the numbers where the spaces are, convert each of the numbers from a string to an integer, and insert them into their respective lists. To pair the numbers by size, we can simply sort both of the lists. Next, we create a variable that will eventually contain the final answer. For each pair of numbers, we can get their distance by first computing the difference, then taking the absolute value. That's it for part 1. For part 2, we need to find out how often each number from the first column appears in the second column, and multiply it by the number's value. Then sum everything as in part 1. One solution is to loop over the first column and, at each iteration, count how many times the number shows up in the second column. This is fast enough for this problem, but note that the time complexity is quadratic because this is essentially a nested for loop. Instead, we can pre-compute the number of times each number shows up in the second column and access this value in our loop over the first column. A quick way to do this in Python is by using a counter. That's part 2.